G'day, my name's Matt Crocker. I'm one of the pastors here at Grace Presbyterian Church, and I'm going to show you how to set up your new Elvanto account. Now, Elvanto is a church management system that we've started using over the last few months, and you've probably heard about it a bit over the last couple of weeks. Elvanto is going to be how we do rosters and church directories and a whole bunch of different things at church. So it's important that everyone has their own account. This video is going to walk you step by step through creating your own account for Elvanto, how to set a nice profile picture for yourself, and then how to do a few different basic things in Elvanto. We're going to start by checking your email. So you should have been sent an email that looks a lot like this. Now, you might need to search back through your email over the past few days or weeks, depending on when you've gotten around to doing this, to find an email from Grace Presbyterian Church, Newcastle, and it should say your account login details. Now, what you normally we'd say, don't click email links in emails, but this I can assure you is a safe link to click. So what you need to do is in the email is find this link here that says https:// gracepc.elvanto.com, etc. So what you need to do is you need to click this link, and it's going to take you to a screen that looks a lot like this. Now what you need to do here is you need to select an username. Now we're asking people to select a username in the format first name dot last name. So for example, this pretend profile I set up is in the name of John Smith. So we're going to go ahead and write John.Smith there in the username. Then we have to create a password, and we're going to create a password. And it needs to be a fairly strong password. And, you know, with at least, I think, 10 or 12 characters. And including a number, I think. So then you hit continue. You might want to save it. I'm not going to because this isn't my main account. And so now what happened is you can see that our login details have been successfully updated, and now we can log into our account. So we're going to log in with that username, which in this case was John.Smith. So if I can type. Then we're going to select the password, if I can remember what it was. Make sure this is set to go to member area. Then click login. And this is how the basic screen of Elvanto looks. Now I'm just going to show you a couple of important things to notice. The first thing I want you to see is up here in the right hand corner is where we find our profile. So if you click the down arrow, click on there, then click profile. You can see here, and you'll see that as opposed to this fake account, in your own account, you should see a number of these details already filled in. And that's because we got the data from our existing database and imported it into Elvanto. So what would be a good idea is to check all those details are correct. There might be some other details that would be helpful if you added in, but we might not have added in. For example, we haven't put most people's dates of birth or marital status in there. So if you could fix that up, that'd be good, and even gender, that'd be really helpful. And then you can see that this is what your profile looks like. Now, you might see up here that your profile picture probably looks pretty boring. Now, what we'd like you to do is actually to change that to actually have a proper profile picture that is a nice picture of you, because that picture is going to be used throughout the database, throughout Elvanto, for a number of different things. And you want it to be a nice picture. It's also the picture that'll appear in the church directory when we generate that from Elvanto. So it's worth putting a nice picture there. So the way that you do that is you go down here to where it says profile picture. You click on that. The first thing you do is you click remove profile picture there. Then you click here where it says drop here or click to upload. You click upload. Now, I'm going to use a pretend picture I got off the internet, and it's of a much more handsome man than myself. Anyway, we're going to pick that. We're going to see that that is uploaded. And now what you have to do is you need to drag this square around kind of the face of where you want it to be. And that just sets so all the pictures are the same size. And we just hit save. And as you can see now, when we go to my profile, you've got a nice picture there, which will look lovely to put into the church directory. I'll just give you a bit of a look at some other features of Elvanto. If we click here on roster, you can see the different rosters for the services coming up. So if we click on this, you can see the services coming up and you see who's on the roster, which is a really helpful thing. You can also see what the service plan is going to look like. So what are the different things happening? This is just a generic one that hasn't been filled in yet. You can also, when we get the church calendar on here, you'll be able to see all the different events on the church calendar. And you'll even be able to subscribe in Google Calendar or iCal or Outlook if you've got a Mac or a PC. So that's a really helpful way of keeping up to date with what's going to be happening at church. We haven't actually set all the events in there yet, but that's how you'll be able to do that. You'll also be able to submit your unavailability. Now I'll just show you quickly here, but I'm going to do a video just on this. So if you're going to be away, you can set the time. Let's just say John Smith's going to be away, I don't know, on Sunday the 20th of March because he's doing something cool somewhere, going to a concert maybe. And so he wants to tell us that he's away. Now you don't have to put a reason in, but I'm going. And so then you hit add. Now, if he might be away again for say holidays, a bit, maybe a bit later on in April, he might be taking all the April off. And so now you can see there's a number of different Sundays that he's going to be away. And you don't have to put the reason in, you can just leave that blank. But as you can see, so then we hit submit. And what that does is, it means when we generate the roster, you won't be scheduled onto those times. So I'm going to have another video doing that in a little bit more detail later on. Okay, well that's a basic introduction to how Elvanto works. It's a great system that I'm hoping and praying will be very helpful for us as we grow together as a church. So thanks for watching the video, and watch out for some more videos that'll show how to use some of the more advanced features of Elvanto later on.